Hi everyone, thank you so much for tuning in, and also a special thank you to those who have supported my journals that I recently put together and released on Amazon. So shout out to you all, thank you so much for supporting, and more to come with that. So I'll drop the link in the description if you have not already gotten yours, but they're amazing. They've got Bible verses at the top of each page, and it's really encouraging. I've noticed that as I've filled it out, I'll be going through something that the Bible verse at the top of the page actually speaks to. So it's just so timely, and I did a lot of praying before putting these together, so I just know that they were meant to be very impactful, and I'm just very thankful to be able to minister to people through these. So yeah, definitely get one for yourself or a friend. But today's message is going to be about moving forward. And this actually came to me through a dream. It was a dream on a Saturday night, and it was of me just holding on to monkey bars. I was just dangling, gripped onto these monkey bars, and I had somebody in front of me. And this person happened to speak to a particular situation, right? So it gave me kind of a clue as to what this dream may be referring to. However, this particular message is for a lot of people in a lot of different situations, so might not be the same as yours, okay? But I knew that with it being this person, this is a person I've known for a really long time, and I still am in acquaintance with, and they were ahead of me, as if, keep coming, keep going, right? So this is something from your past, and this is something that you are moving towards, continuing to move towards. However, I was stuck in one position, and I wasn't able to continue to go towards that person. Now, what the message is saying here is there are certain things that you need to let go of in order to move forward, right? And I got confirmation of this message the very next morning. It was a Sunday morning, and my pastor said, and the message was let go and let God, and he was referring to monkey bars. He actually said monkey bars. He was saying, when you're using monkey bars, you have to let go of one bar in order to continue to keep moving forward, right? Your hand has to release the bar behind you in order to grip the bar ahead of you. So it was just a major confirmation for me. And I think the message summarized for this is just to let go of certain things in the past, and be able to continue to move forward in this situation. And I want to be very careful with how I say this, because I want to point out that the person who was ahead of me, I've known for a long time, and they were the one who were encouraging me to keep pushing forward. So this isn't one of those let go and ditch everything type of situations. This is more of a let go of like a mindset, let go of a some baggage that's maybe you're holding on to, that's preventing you from growing in a particular situation, right? So for example, maybe it is a job, right? And you've been in this job for a long time, and it's not telling you let go of the job, right? It might be telling you let go of some habits that are in that role that are keeping you from progressing, or let go of a certain position in order to maybe move into another department or into another role, but you've kind of been stuck in this one role and you're hanging on to it for some reason. Now, for some of you, it might be a relationship, and you're meant to be in this relationship, but there's some baggage from your past that you're holding on to that's keeping you from moving towards this person, or maybe some some grudges that you're holding against somebody. And that could go for any relationship, right? That could go for familial relationships. That could go for like actual, partners. So something is just keeping you from being able to move forward. And a lot of times what the devil will do is he will introduce people, he will introduce things that are meant to distract you and keep you from fulfilling your purpose within that thing. So it can kind of hold you back in a way. So this is just kind of a warning that maybe something is keeping you, whether it's fear, whether it's distractions, something is keeping you holding on to a certain habit, a certain role, a certain position, a certain mindset that's actually keeping you from progressing in your life. And once you let go of that, things will start to progress quickly, I'm hearing. So I also wanted to bring up a story that popped into my mind. It's a Bible story that it just was really emphasized in this, and I can imagine why. So this is in the book of Matthew. It's also in the book of Mark. But this is when the gentleman's son was having seizures, and they were aware that he was possessed by demons. And so the disciples could not heal him. And so the gentleman brought the child to Jesus, and Jesus was able to heal him. And the reason that Jesus was able to heal him was because, of course, he's Jesus, but he had the faith that he could heal him, and the disciples did not. So to read, it says the disciples came to Jesus privately, and by the way, this is Matthew 17:19. Why could we not cast it out? Jesus said to them, because of your little faith. For truly I say to you, if you have faith like a grain of mustard seed, you will say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move, and nothing will be impossible for you. But this kind never comes out except through prayer and fasting. So this is important because it wasn't because the demon was so strong, right? It wasn't because the demon was so powerful that the disciples were not able to cast it out, okay? It's because of their lack of faith. And they let the situation intimidate them, and that is what caused them to not be able to heal the boy, right? And then it says here, of course, if you have faith, you will say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move. So you have to have faith that things will move in your situation, okay? And then it also says, but this kind never comes out except by prayer and fasting. And I've heard different versions of this, and there's different translations, so this can get kind of tricky. But, some people say, but this kind never comes out except by prayer and fasting, meaning this kind of demon never comes out except by prayer and fasting. But I've also seen translations where it says, but this kind never comes out except by prayer and fasting, and it's referring to faith, as if the faith does not come out until you pray and you fast. So there is a certain level of prayer and fasting that you need in order to gain the faith that you need in that situation. And I don't know about you all, but if you've fasted for something, you are truly saying, I am giving up and sacrificing all of this because, Lord, I know that you can move in this situation, and you will, right? You're giving up. You wouldn't give up food if you didn't think it would do anything for your situation. You wouldn't. I mean, that's what you're doing by fasting, is you're giving up something to sacrifice for the Lord. And a lot of times when you're sacrificing for something, you are getting something in return. Now, not always do we fast because of that. A lot of times it's just a sacrificial message of saying, Father, you are Lord over my life, right? But the act of fasting is an act of faith, if that makes sense. And prayer, just keeping that prayer life strong, can make a huge difference, because it's causing you to shape and renew your mind, and that can also change your faith, right? A lot of times, you know, prayer doesn't necessarily change the situation, but it changes you, which in turn causes the situation to change. So prayer can be a very active thing, right? It's almost a conversation. It is a conversation between you and the Lord, and God can act on your behalf, or he can move in your heart to cause you to act and make choices and make certain decisions that will benefit you. And I say all this to say that if you want to let go of the past and move forward into a situation, you have to have the faith that you can do it. You have to have the faith that you can overcome, that God can help you move out of a difficult situation and into a beneficial one, okay? And if that means, and I do believe this means, praying and fasting to do so, because this is the message that God kept pointing out to me, was this message of, if you have faith like a grain of a mustard seed, you will say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move, and nothing will be impossible for you. And also to say that this kind never comes out except by prayer and fasting. You know, a lot of times they leave out that last sentence, but this kind never comes out except by prayer and fasting, when they talk about faith like a mustard seed. But that is a very important key, right? Because sometimes that's what it takes for you to get the level of faith that you need. All right. And I do want to say that, you know, in my dream, I remember just being very fearful of letting go of those monkey bars. Don't be afraid to let go. Don't be afraid to trust God. Okay. You're not going to fall. All right. You know, monkey bars can be a scary thing, right? But you can keep pushing forward. I'm reminded of a story. My cousin, he actually broke his arm on the monkey bars, right? But he didn't give up. Like, he still got on the monkey bars. He ended up breaking his arm again on the monkey bars. But to this day, he still keeps going on the monkey bars, right? Just because you may have failed in the past, just because you may have fell in the past, doesn't mean that that will continue to happen. So, never give up, okay? Never give up. Keep pushing forward. Failure doesn't mean that it's impossible. It just means you need to try again. All right. So keep pushing. And I have faith that everything will work out in your favor. And I'm really excited to hear you guys' comments about how this relates to your situation. And if you have something you know you need to let go of, this is a safe place to talk about it if you want to. But I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.